Right now, someone is watching you. Not other people, not strangers, not friends. Your most exacting judge is your future self. He tracks every choice, every hesitation, every compromise. He smiles with pride at your courage or turns away in silent disappointment when you fail him. Every moment squandered, every fear avoided, every decision postponed steals from the man you are meant to become. Today, I will give you the precise guide to earn the pride of your future self. So, you never feel his disappointment again. This is no polite suggestion. It is an uncompromising command. Live each second as though your future self stands over your shoulder, silently holding you accountable. Follow these words and you will learn how to make him proud. Ignore them, and you condemn him to regret. Picture a man standing just beyond your perception. You cannot see him, hear him, or touch him. But he watches every action, every excuse, every delay. He is your ultimate reward or your deepest shame. There is no hiding, no explanation will suffice. You may deceive the world, your friends, even your present self, but the man you are becoming cannot be fooled. He knows the truth of every decision, and he will thrive or falter by your integrity. Your future self is the product of your present choices. You shape him not by chance, but through consistent discipline. Each act of courage, each disciplined moment, each step toward purpose builds him. Every drift, every indulgence, every delay tears him down. The wise man lives with the awareness that his greatest critic is not others, but the version of himself yet to be revealed. He chooses with vigilance, thinking beyond comfort to legacy, understanding that every step is remembered by the self he is becoming. Let this vision burn in. Your mind, the man you will be, watches every second of today. His joy or sorrow depends entirely on your current actions. Forget this, and your future will be littered with quiet regret instead of triumph. Train your mind to feel his presence. When temptation calls, imagine his face. When fatigue strikes, feel his disappointment. When you act with honor, sense his approval. This is not imagination. It is spiritual law. Every thought, every word, every deed reverberates through eternity and returns multiplied. The harvest of today's actions is the burden or blessing your future self inherits. Thomas Edison labored in silence, as though generations yet unborn were observing. Because he felt this invisible scrutiny, he persisted past countless failures, understanding that history would remember him only if he acted with relentless dedication. True freedom exists only with accountability. Real progress requires pressure. Greatness demands internal law. Those who believe themselves unobserved risk corruption. Those who act in the presence of their highest self cannot afford to falter. Act as if someone is always watching. You are. Not by man, not by critic, but by your own soul. One day, that soul will look back and either roar with victory or sigh with despair. When that moment comes, the opinions of others will not matter, only whether you lived as he expected. This image of your future self is practical power, a tool to summon discipline in moments of weakness. When the world tempts you with comfort, he provides conviction. When laughter surrounds you, he observes. When you stumble, he feels it. When you rise, he stands proud. Repeat this. I act today in a way my future self admires. My actions align with greatness, purpose, and discipline. Let these words shape your posture, your speech, your silence. Conscience, not cameras, records your life. The weak act for approval. The strong act, honorably, alone. The strong walk with their future self as their guide. He does not need applause or praise. His measure is the judgment of the higher self who will carry his name. There is a gulf between living for pleasure and living for purpose. One pursues ease and calls it happiness. The other embraces discipline and calls it fulfillment. One ages into regret, the other ascends into peace. Choices may appear identical, destinies are not. Every moment spent aware of your future self tempers your spirit. You resist fleeting seductions. Trials are met with unshakable posture. Why? Because accountability sharpens your vision. Your future self has already seen the outcome. He waits. You reach him not by chance, but through the hammer of daily decisions. Begin each morning asking, what would my highest self demand today? End each evening asking, did I honor the man I am becoming? This daily reflection will serve as your guiding compass. It will not allow you to drift aimlessly. It will demand that you rise. A man who walks with clarity of vision cannot be distracted. A man whose future self is his judge cannot be swayed by trivial pleasures. Every indulgence becomes a test. Every decision a stone placed toward either triumph or failure. You are shaping more than outcomes. You are shaping your own reputation. The one man you can never hide from is the one you are becoming, and he will speak either praise or reproach. Prepare to earn his admiration. Do not underestimate the weight of his gaze. It is unwavering, unsparing, exact. When your days conclude, his judgment will echo louder than any voice you have heard. He will not ask if you were liked. He will ask if you remained loyal to the man you are becoming. Let this guide your code. Live as if he observes everything. Speak as if each word is recorded. Act as if your present determines his future. Consider, what sort of man watches you? A king or a coward? A builder or a drifter? You are not merely walking toward him, you are crafting him. Each hour shapes him like a chisel. Each day adds a chapter to his story. Begin now with fire in your chest and steel in your spine. The man you are meant to be is watching. Make him proud. Legacy is not granted, it is forged. And it is forged not by single grand gestures, but through countless unseen decisions, unnoticed efforts, all recorded in the conscience of your future self. Every hesitation leaves a mark. Every compromise forms a crack. Every courageous choice lays a stone for greatness, while comfort shakes that foundation. Live as one who builds monuments not of stone, but of character. Every day, you place bricks. Tasks completed with excellence. Words spoken with integrity. Temptations resisted. Duties fulfilled. These are the stones that construct your life. Andrew Carnegie, as a young telegraph operator, carried himself with the dignity of a man building an empire. He understood that habits forecast legacy, and even small acts could shape the future. Greatness is gradual, the compound result of daily honor. Those who changed the world did so in private. They did not wait for applause. They acted because internal demand commanded it. Ask each morning, what action today will my future self thank me for? Then act immediately, without approval, without expectation of recognition. The man who needs applause is a servant. The man who acts for his future self is master of his fate. Legacy is built when no one watches. It is formed by finishing tasks, maintaining discipline, and choosing excellence over ease. Repeat aloud, I am building a legacy my future self admires. I choose greatness over comfort, legacy over leisure. Say it morning and night, through distractions and wasted time, until it guides every step like a compass embedded in your bones. Deliberate acts, not grand gestures, build legacy. The early riser, the reader while others fritter time, the saver while others spend, all are shaping their future. Today's unnoticed self-mastery becomes tomorrow's identity, respect, impact, and influence. You do not act for millions, you act for the one man who will carry your name forward. Discipline, as Carnegie said, is the seed of empires. How you treat a single hour, a single dollar, a single word reflects how you shape your entire future. The careless build castles in sand, the disciplined lay stone, day by day. Let your actions today be strong, deliberate, and purpose-aligned, so your future self cannot help but stand taller. Even if forgotten by the world, your conscience will remember a man who chose honor. Beware, if you fail to craft your legacy, someone else will write your story. and they will not do so with care. The world honors only those who act decisively. No, decision is insignificant. Every thought, word, and deed accumulates into the man you become. Legacy is not for the prideful or the fame-seeking. It is for those whose thoughts and actions are aligned. Eternity listens even when the world is silent. Command yourself with this awareness. Choose today with clarity, knowing your legacy depends entirely on your actions. If it feels uncomfortable, good. If it feels difficult, better. Your future self does not seek your comfort. He demands your excellence. Speak to your heart. Every act is a message to my future self. I will write only truth, strength, and greatness. The task is heavy, but glorious. It is the burden of those destined to rise. Act not for fleeting satisfaction, but for the enduring weight of tomorrow's man. He is forged in this fire, watching as you write his name with every choice. Be precise, be relentless, be worthy. Do not delay. Procrastination is the first insult to the man you are becoming. Every moment you hesitate, you weaken the foundation of your future self. The man you will become is forged by the urgency and decisiveness you embrace today. Delay and indecision build a future riddled with compromise and apology. Procrastination is more than habit. It is spiritual theft, robbing your future self of strength, status, and pride. It whispers, later, while your destiny burns. Your future self does not slumber. He watches, waits, and every pause asks, "Why are you betraying me?" Speak this aloud. I act today as if my future self depends on me, because he does. I reject delay. I choose decisive action now. Let this principle govern your mornings, your schedule, your will. A man enslaved by hesitation is a servant to his own decay. Henry Ford did not create his empire by waiting. He acted swiftly, understanding that a resolute mind must move immediately. Action accompanies faith. Delay fosters doubt. Ford moved boldly, not because plans were perfect, but because belief demanded motion. Action dispels uncertainty. Hesitation breeds confusion. Your future self does not reward plans. He rewards motion. The man who acts imperfectly now surpasses the one who waits for ideal conditions tomorrow. Hesitation rehearses defeat, whispering to your mind, "I am not ready." And the subconscious obeys, dimming resolve and weakening drive. But the one who rises, decides, speaks, writes, and moves commands the subconscious toward greatness. Waiting holds no virtue, only deferred destiny. Seize the day as if it rises solely for you. Ask not what you feel like doing upon waking, but what must I do to honor the man I am becoming? Then act swiftly, without excuse or hesitation. Repeat, I do not wait, I do not hope. I decide and act. My destiny is shaped in the now. Speak it while walking, before meals, before correspondence. Let it become the rhythm of your blood. Decisions made must be acted upon. Immediate action carries more force than delayed perfection. Your future self demands obedience to purpose, not ideal circumstances. Drift is the natural state of unused potential. Indecision is poison, eroding character and self-trust. The man who delays too long becomes one who never begins. Your future self observes sternly. He sees when preparation masks avoidance, laziness masquerades as research, and fear hides as planning. He cannot be deceived. He is either armed by your courage or burdened by your excuses. Greatness exists not in some distant time, but in this hour, in how you rise, respond, and act upon minor inconveniences. This is the forge of legacy. You are not waiting for a breakthrough. You are waiting on yourself. Build the habit of immediate action, the rarest, richest discipline. Most think, fewer decide, and fewer still act. The rarest act while others linger, commanding attention, attracting opportunity, and multiplying results, not by knowing more, but by moving first. Each day, gift your future self action. Ask, what courageous act will I deliver today? Then deliver it, however small, but with purpose. Small, deliberate actions accumulate into monumental legacy. A man of immediacy becomes consequential. He is trusted not for speech, but for movement. He finishes what he starts. Envision this. At life's end, you meet the man you could have been. Will he thank you for decisiveness and courage, or regret hesitation? Discipline yourself to act immediately. When a thought aligns with your aim, move, write, call, plan, draft, take the first step. The enemy of delay is the first action. Speak aloud. I honor my future self through immediate action. I am a man of motion. I do not wait. I begin. Let it stir your blood, silence procrastination, and anchor your time. Movement without purpose is not action. It is mere busyness. True action aligns with aim. It builds legacy, serves your future, and honors your name. Each later dims your future self. Each now strengthens him. One day you will awaken as the man you once envisioned. Refuse delay. Reject hesitation. Despise dependence on tomorrow. There is only this moment, this breath, this act, sacred and decisive. Strike the forge of your future now. You cannot reach greatness alone. The man you become is shaped by those around you. Every voice you allow into your mind either elevates you or drags you into mediocrity. This is not mere friendship. It is destiny at stake. The company you keep, the conversations you engage in, the labor you share, these mold your identity. Their standards influence yours. Their words infiltrate your thoughts. You become what they permit you to become. You rise or fall with the company you keep. Your future self does not linger among complainers, cowards, or cynics. He surrounds himself with visionaries, men of clarity, discipline, and decisive action. He walks beside minds that sharpen him, voices that push him upward, hearts that demand accountability. There is no room for the lukewarm. Repeat aloud. I surround myself today with men my future self admires. My circle builds, inspires, and reinforces my highest self. Let this be a vow, not a suggestion, guiding your choice of friends, mentors, and even conversation partners. Your future hinges on it. I learned this the hard way. My greatest breakthroughs emerged not in isolation, but in alliance. The mastermind principle shows that no man becomes powerful alone. When minds align in purpose, a third, invisible force emerges, a higher intelligence guiding toward greatness. Andrew Carnegie shared his philosophy through hours of conversation. Neither of us was the same afterward. His conviction strengthened mine. My belief sharpened his. Shared purpose ignites fire that builds empires. And every empire starts with a conversation. But a wrong circle is deadlier than none. Surrounded by doubt, desires shrink. Surrounded by laziness, idleness is rationalized. Surrounded by sarcasm, potential is mocked. A circle is a mirror. Look long enough, and you become them. The drifter seeks comfort, laughs, validation, avoids challenge, and rejects growth. His companions applaud excuses and soothe mediocrity. That circle is a coffin. A man of destiny selects companions like a general selects captains. He allows no voice to corrupt his soul. He avoids gossip, trivial talk, or complaint. He discusses plans, principles, and power. His circle meets to build, not to whine. They speak of conquest, not past failures. Ask yourself, would your future self sit among your current companions with pride or embarrassment? Would he nod in agreement or shake his head? Would he say, "These men shaped me," or "These men blocked me"? Declare, I walk away from all who drain my destiny. I walk with those who sharpen my soul. I will not apologize for protecting my purpose. Say it until fear of solitude fades. Say it until empty friendships fall silent beneath your mission. You owe nothing to those who mock your ambition. You owe everything to the man you are becoming, even if that means walking alone. Audit your circle today. List those you interact with most. Ask, does he increase or decrease my vision? Encourage discipline or permit distraction? Reflect my future standards or enable excuses? The voices closest to you are causal, not casual. They shape what you expect, pursue, and ultimately become. History shows that great men never walked alone. They formed alliances of faith, power, and intellect. Lincoln's cabinet challenged him. Edison surrounded himself with inventors. Carnegie built networks that sharpened minds toward greatness. If titans required aligned minds, why think you can succeed with doubters around? Remove them, not in bitterness, but with clarity. Repeat, I owe my future self the best company. I owe my vision protection. I walk only with builders, never destroyers. Make this affirmation daily. Let it govern who enters your life, your conversations, and your mind. Expect temptation to remain among the familiar, voices of guilt, cries of betrayal. Remember, your loyalty is first to the man you are becoming. He will thank you for choosing greatness. Let mockery and accusations of arrogance pass. You are walking for your own destiny, not their approval. Surround yourself with fire. Seek men of belief. Build your own mastermind. Speak your chief aim aloud. Challenge each other toward greater discipline, faith, and results. Let your combined voices form a wall that doubt cannot pierce. Permit no cynical voice in your presence. Speak only with those who respect your vision. Listen to those who help you become him. The future self watching from beyond time. Your life is too sacred for idle company. Words are not toys. They sculpt destiny. Every sentence you speak echoes into your future. They are planted in the soil of your subconscious, growing into beliefs, behaviors, and consequences your future self must bear or enjoy. Each word writes a line in the story of your life. Will they be declarations of a ruler or apologies of a coward? The voice you use to describe yourself, your goals, and your challenges becomes the daily counsel your future self must heed. Ask yourself, is that voice commanding or pleading? Begin to speak with the awareness of a man whose words are seeds of power. Let nothing pass your lips unless it carries truth, purpose, and strength. Idle chatter, self-deprecating jokes, cynical remarks. These are not harmless habits. They are termites gnawing at the foundation of your future. Repeat, I speak words my future self would proudly echo. I refuse gossip, weakness, and idle talk. Make this a daily vow. Every careless word distances you from your destiny. Every powerful word lays a brick on the path toward it. Speech is not mere expression, it is construction, creation, prophecy. The subconscious hears no sarcasm. It interprets repetition as law. When you say, I'm broke, I'll fail, or I can't, you issue commands your mind obeys. Your future self will inhabit the house built by today's affirmations or curses. Watch a man who complains constantly, laments his luck, or claims he's stuck. He is digging his own grave with words. His reality, body, income, and relationships soon mirror his vocabulary. Speak only what you are willing to live. If you claim, I will succeed, mean it. If you declare, I am disciplined, your actions must reflect it. Words train the inner man, and the inner man builds your results. Abraham Lincoln chose his words with reverence, knowing they would outlast him, not on monuments perhaps, but in habits, relationships, and achievements. What you say today shapes tomorrow. Every conversation tests you. Every sentence is a choice, weakness or strength, gossip or declaration, cluttered silence or meaningful quiet. The future self watches, not only your deeds, but your words. Say, I speak only what builds. I speak only what strengthens. I speak only what commands my future. Let this burn away doubt and self-pity. Let it elevate your speech so that only truth and power flow, echoing into the life you are forging. This is not positivity for show. It is belief forged through repetition. It is commanding the subconscious to obey the law of faith, programming the soul with certainty. In my own teaching, students were instructed to write and speak their definite, chief aim twice daily. Repetition with emotion is the fastest path to plant belief. Belief is the root of achievement. Do not whisper your goals, declare them. Speak your plans with conviction, even if your voice trembles or confidence wavers. Each spoken word strengthens belief. Permit no idle voices nearby. Refuse complaint, sarcasm, or defeatism. Speak truth and purpose, and compel those around you to raise their standards or leave. Your future self depends on the atmosphere created by your words. There is no neutral speech. Every word feeds belief or doubt, courage or retreat. Lincoln said, "The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. Quiet hopes are useless unless spoken with power. Say your intentions as law, not hope. The world listens to those who speak as if they already see the future. Buyers trust the salesman who believes. Investors trust the entrepreneur. Spouses trust the man who speaks with clarity and assurance. Tone matters. Charles M. Schwab's $1 million speech relied not on clever phrasing, but on faith, organized thought, and magnetic tone. He believed, and others believed with him. Your responsibility is the same. Speak daily as if destiny listens, as if your future self nods or weeps with each phrase, as if each word lays a stone in the foundation of your becoming. Refuse fear, limitation, gossip, distraction, or complaint. These are luxuries the man of purpose cannot afford. They are leaks in the vessel of destiny. Seal them with discipline. Your speech must be simple, clear, and powerful. Use short sentences. Speak with weight. Pause when needed. Let tone reflect certainty, not desperation. Say less, but let it strike. Your future self will thank you. Repeat aloud, I speak to build, I speak to believe, I speak because I am forging my future with sound. Repeat until your voice steadies, your breath deepens, and your words carry weight. You do not need more knowledge, you need more belief. Belief is built through repetition. Let your repetition ring with purpose. Speak your chief aim aloud. Declare your standards clearly. Refuse to pollute your life with casual, careless speech. This is how men rise, not through luck, not through hidden secrets, but through disciplined, daily expression. Speak your purpose in the morning, in the mirror, when no one is watching. Over time, the world will respond as if compelled. Fear is the unseen chain that binds men, subtle yet relentless. It whispers, delays, persuades you to wait another day. But every day surrendered to fear leaves a wound on your future self. He observes every avoided decision, every step of progress you deny yourself. The world does not withhold success from the weak, but from the fearful. Weakness can transform into strength. Fear, however, must be confronted, or it becomes master. It never leaves on its own. Your future self is watching. He does not seek comfort, he demands courage. Declare, I confront fear today, so my future self may stand unshakable. My courage today builds strength for tomorrow. This is law, not poetry. Fear faced grows into strength. Fear avoided breeds shame. No middle path exists. The man who hesitates while afraid teaches his subconscious to anticipate failure, which, in turn, executes obedience, ensuring defeat. If you tell your mind, I flee from challenge, it will help you avoid every opportunity. Your future self does not wait for perfect timing. He prays that you act now, this hour, this moment. Actions, not intentions, are remembered. Inaction while afraid is betrayal. Boldness writes destiny. Delay writes regret. Theodore Roosevelt, weak and sickly as a child, vowed to forge his body. He faced pain, challenge, and fear, emerging a warrior, facing bullets, critics, and loss. With unbroken momentum, Comfort is not peace, it is illusion. True peace is earned through courage. You choose pain now through action, or pain later through regret. There is no path free of pressure, but the path through fear builds a man. Each morning ask, what am I avoiding? What decision am I postponing? What action will I delay until tomorrow? Then act before breakfast grows cold. Prove you are not enslaved by fear. Say aloud, I am the man who acts while afraid. I walk through fear and emerge stronger. Bravery is not a feeling. It is a choice to move when every muscle resists. Your future self depends on this. Each fear faced now becomes a fortress for tomorrow. Fear is master until confronted. Then it becomes a servant, a potent servant. Transformed into courage, fear fuels giants. Do not aim to remove fear. Aim to convert it. Teach yourself this daily. Running from fear is fleeing your future. Each act of avoidance builds a wall between you and destiny. Tear it down. Speak not of fear. Study it not. Coddle it not. Defy it. Ask any successful man. The turning point came not when he felt ready, but when he acted despite trembling hands. Action, not thought, dispels fear. Speak while afraid. Walk while afraid. Decide while afraid. Courage is the cure. The 6 ghosts, fear, poverty, criticism, ill health, loss, and death, haunt men not because they are real, but because men do not challenge them. Stand before each and declare, you shall not rule me. Act as if free. Repeat, I do not delay. I do not retreat. I act while shaking. I speak while uncertain. I move forward and fear recedes. Let these words guide your morning, conversations, and choices. Let fear become your compass. No man of greatness has avoided dread. The difference is, he kept walking while others pitched tents, waiting for confidence he created through motion. Each morning, write your fears and the actions to overcome them. Then act. Small or imperfect, action breaks hesitation's spell. Your future self will recall that morning not with regret, but with gratitude. Each avoidance tells your subconscious, we are not ready. Life's opportunities bypass the unready, finding the man who walked through fear and prepared himself. Fear dresses itself in logic. Now is not the time. What if I fail? Wait until it's safer. Recognize the lie. Its aim is imprisonment, not protection. Tear its disguise and act anyway. Ask not, what if I fail? Ask, what if I become the man who did it afraid? That man is unstoppable, respected, powerful. Once you survive your own terror, the world has no threat left. Declare, I am becoming the man who does hard things. I am the man my future self-honors. I face what others flee. Burn these words into your morning ritual. Ask yourself, if I act boldly today, how much closer is my future self to wealth, influence, joy, and peace? The answer is in action, not time. Will you act or wait again? Will you write the letter, speak the truth, walk into the storm? Greatness lies beyond daring, not learning. Today is the only day to dare. Trembling yet breathing, act now. You may feel anxious, but that is proof you are alive. As long as you breathe, you have the power to confront what has held you back. Decide, break the chain, face the fear, and become the man your future self relies upon. Your surroundings are not neutral. They shape you, direct you, either fortify your vision or sabotage your discipline. The man who greets clutter each morning is reminded of indecision. The man who enters order is reminded of purpose. And your future self notices everything. He sees the soil in which you planted yourself. Say aloud, I create an environment my future self would proudly claim. Discipline surrounds me. Clarity defines me. These are not idle words. They are a code. Your surroundings silently reflect your standard. The books on your shelf, the state of your desk, the condition of your clothes. You cannot hide your environment from him. He will inhabit the home built by today's habits. Will it be a palace of preparation or a prison of procrastination? Will it speak of mastery or mediocrity? The choice is made daily. Rockefeller, even before his wealth, kept meticulous records, cleaned his workspaces, and aligned every object to efficiency. Greatness begins in order, not noise. He crafted systems to honor time and space to mirror the mind he was becoming. Consider now. What does your space say about your ambition, your morning rituals, your tools, books, notes, routines? Would a stranger sense rising greatness or lingering drift? Cosmic habit force will shape you according to your surroundings. Walls reflecting poverty condition your mind the same. Slothful clothes dictate lethargy. Apathy in your home leads to inaction. But the man who surrounds himself with order trains the subconscious to rise. Your environment must be a temple of becoming. No object without purpose, no habit without benefit, no design without direction. The air, the furniture, the symbols, let them all lift your mind. Say aloud, I permit nothing in my space that drags me backward. I design my environment as proof that I believe in my destiny. Let this become daily practice. Remove the lazy, the broken, the meaningless. Replace them with tools, symbols, and routines that whisper greatness. Every successful man I studied shaped his environment long before results appeared. They dressed the part before the stage was built. They maintained pristine workspaces before wealth arrived. Offices, libraries, studies, spaces of preparation. And reality eventually aligned with the signal. Do not wait for success to create your surroundings. Build as though your success is present. Act as the man your future self will be, and construct the world he deserves. Then watch how swiftly reality follows. This is not vanity, it is spiritual infrastructure. A tidy desk is readiness, not appearance. A well-kept home is mental command, not luxury. A room of intention is a chamber of transformation. Enter it, and your subconscious reads the message, power is born here. Command it. Clean your space today. Choose one room. Remove the excess. Repair the broken. Replace the cheap with deliberate. Then sit. Not as one tidying, but as one who has built a fortress of destiny. Feel the shift. Air sharper, thoughts clearer. Enter a room that honors your purpose, and alignment follows. Shoulders rise, spine straightens, focus sharpens. Body, mind, and soul ignite. Chaos replaced with a mirror of potential. Say aloud, I live where my future self thrives. I do not entertain disorder. I construct excellence. Speak it each morning, at the threshold, whenever temptation to slide arises. For the slide of environment is the silent decline of destiny. Let every object serve purpose, every corner evidence of readiness. Walls carry strength, desks carry plans, shelves carry wisdom. Let your space become an ally. Would Carnegie tolerate this? Lincoln work here? Ford draft his plans here? Edison dream here? If not, neither should you. Success cannot exist where surroundings contradict belief. Every tolerated mess is a tolerated failure. Every unfinished item cues disorder. Subconscious, like a child, observes and imitates. It assumes goals are unserious, and soon so will you. Dust on your dreams allows them to fade. Disorder breeds disarray in thought. But polish, prepare, position, protect your space as a king guards his court, and your throne is strong. Command yourself. Each morning, review. Each night, restore. Your greatness is too vital to dwell in decay. Let routines anchor belief, turning space setting into a trigger for readiness. Power cannot flourish in chaos. It thrives in order. The nervous system resists confusion. Order creates energy, clarity, confidence. A man confident in his space becomes confident in speech, planning, pursuit. Imagine your future self entering your current home. pride, or disappointment? Would he say, "You were preparing," or "You were avoiding me"? Would he recognize the man he hoped you'd become? Every detail matters. The lamp, books, calendar, folded or scattered clothes, prepared or neglected meals, visible or buried goals. These are not trivial. They are the clues your future self reads to discern whether he steps into a kingdom or the ruins of indecision. You might say it's just a room, yet your subconscious reads it as a signal, and signals shape action. You are never neutral. You are always transmitting. The question is, what message are you sending to yourself, to your mind, to the man you will become? So I urge you, craft your environment as if your destiny hinges on it, because it does. Let every shelf, drawer, floor, and chair stand as a silent affirmation. This man is rising, and everything around him declares it. One day you will meet the man you were meant to be, and he will not be a stranger. He will either nod with pride or gaze with disappointment. The meeting is inevitable. The only question is what he will see when he beholds the man you chose to become. Your future self is real, not fantasy. He is forged today with each choice you make. He watches, not to condemn, but with the weight of consequence. Each act of excellence earns his thanks. Each drift or delay causes him suffering, for he is the fruit of your roots. Declare aloud, I am accountable today for the man I will be tomorrow. I act as if my future self observes, judges, and depends on me. Let this be your creed, for no human law outweighs the law of your conscience, and your conscience is immune to excuses. This is no idle imagination. Cosmic habit force inscribes your actions into the soil of your subconscious. Every repeated pattern becomes permanent. Every neglect lays another brick in the wall, separating you from your potential. Conversely, every act of discipline builds a bridge back to him. Understand this: no one escapes the judgment of their own life. The man who evades work now meets poverty later. The man who compromises today faces regret tomorrow. The man who neglects his health, purpose, or relationships meets his own ghost in the final hour. And the ghost whispers, "This is who you were meant to be." Woodrow Wilson said, "You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget that errand." He lived as if history was already watching, speaking not merely for the crowd, but for the record. His words echoed far beyond his breath. So act not for applause, appearance, or short-term gain, but for the ultimate reckoning with your potential. That reckoning is practical, not poetic. You will inhabit the consequences of your character. You will harvest the results of your choices. Imagine your future self not as a distant dream, but standing behind you each day, each hour. He sees what you eat, hears what you say, observes your actions. He knows when you betray your promise. He knows when comfort triumphs over courage. Ask yourself, would I behave this way if the man I am becoming were present? Would I shrink, speak weakly, avoid the task, the truth, the trial? Or would I rise? Would I sharpen my voice? Would I finish what I started? Speak aloud. I am not living for comfort. I live for the approval of my highest self. Let this guide you against procrastination, distraction, and temptation. Stop measuring your days by ease or entertainment. Measure them by alignment. Does this hour serve the man I am becoming? Does this task strengthen, clarify, and empower me? Does this word, this meal, this choice, this silence honor the man I will be? There is a pain deeper than failure. The pain of knowing you could have been more. This pain is not public. It is private, felt in the mirror, whispered in the quiet. Ours. Act now, live now, as if your future self is already present. The laws of nature, thought, and habit act relentlessly. They shape you as you sleep, mold you as you speak, train you as you drift. The man you admire most, not for wealth or fame, but for inner strength, clarity, discipline, and vision is not beyond you. He lies within, waiting to be revealed through daily obedience. You do not stumble into greatness, you build it, one command, one discipline, one act of integrity at a time. Each choice made for your future self clarifies the path, strengthens the shoulders, deepens the tone, and makes life undeniable. Affirm this. I will meet myself one day, and he will say, "Well done. You made the hard choices. You did not quit. You did not drift. You made me possible." Repeat it morning and night. Let it burn in your chest when excuses arise. You may fool the world, delay goals, silence the inner whisper for a season, but the man you are meant to be never forgets. When the day of reckoning arrives, you will either embrace him with joy or bow in sorrow. Command yourself now. I will not live to impress others. I will not avoid difficulty. I will not choose ease over effort. I will live each day as if my future self stands beside me, measuring my worth by my choices. Let this truth sink in. Your future self is the only audience that matters. He inherits the life you build, bears the weight of your indecision, or reaps the reward of your faith. He either thanks you or curses you, and the voice he uses will be your own. Rise now, tomorrow, every morning with the fire of this thought. He is watching, and I will not fail him. Let this be your solemn oath. From this day forward, act as if your future self stands at your side. Your decisions today shape your destiny tomorrow.